extraordinary, that's what I am. I've got my masters in the heavens, that's where it is. I am extraordinary, that's what I am. I've got my masters in the heavens, that's where it is. I am extraordinary, that's what I am. I've got my masters in the heavens, that's where it is.
I'm sitting in the home of Coach Kevin Carter, CEO, visionary, and founder of Development of an Athlete. You will hear those 4 words all throughout the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years of your life, at least, because we have athletics, administrators, and all types of sports-minded people who realize that in order to develop the type of athlete that we need to be tomorrow's leaders, that you have to develop them off the field as well as on the field. So I'm happy to have this privilege and this honor to be sitting at the kitchen table with the visionary and founder of this great enterprise, Coach Kevin Carter, of the Development of an Athlete. And I wish we were at the studio so I could have everybody clapping for you. But don't worry, we're clapping for you and the applause is there because you've done so wonderful with the young people, including my son, Todd Wooten, no shame in my game. And I am just happy to have you on board, sitting here in your beautiful home with your dog Layla and with your family, and sitting at the kitchen table with the bananas, and just an everyday family with just everyday people, but doing extraordinary things.
I am extraordinary, that's what I am. I've got my masters in the heavens, that's where it is. I am extraordinary, that's what I am. I've got my masters in the heavens, that's where it is.
Tell us your name and tell us what DOAA stands for.
My name is Kevin Carter, and DOAA stands for Development of an Athlete.
How did you come up with that? Because I know you've kind of piggybacked off of your original work with Making of an Athlete.
Well, the way that we came up with the name Development of an Athlete, yeah, we started off as Making of an Athlete, and we were in a joint partnership, and obviously that partnership didn't work out, so we decided to move forward, not to get discouraged, and so we came up with the name Development of an Athlete. Thus, Making of an Athlete, doing the same thing. We're developing them past athletics.
Absolutely, on and off the field.
Absolutely.
Now, I feel that maybe it was a situation of not so much that the partnership didn't work out as much as that your vision was a little bit bigger and greater than what was afforded you, and you wanted to take your vision to another level. And Development of an Athlete allowed you to do that.
I'll second that notion.
All right.
Take that, take that. Absolutely.
Okay.
And we have since developed our website. We are worldwide now. People know about us, and our website is out there. Development of an Athlete, www.developmentofanathlete.com. Go check it out. Tell us what you think. Shoot us an email.
Well, I think it's neat, you know, as I look back to your conversation with one of the young guys, Joshua, just you being concerned that he made it to the certification. I mean, taking it upon yourself, not to mention my own son, Todd, taking it upon yourself, and this is what I want people to know, how much Development of an Athlete, how much off the field it is as on the field, to take it upon yourself to call without either of the parents asking you to, because maybe it should have been our responsibility, but you took it upon yourself to call just to make sure that they made it to their certification. And I just really think a lot of that.
Second down and 12.
You know, one of our true principles is this, that we teaching people are like doors. You have to learn to get through doors to get where you need to go in life. You got to put Jesus first, but people are like doors. You can have as many degrees as you would like, but if you get in front of a person that do not like you, you cannot pass through that door. And with these
Right.
kids, we want to offer them exposure, positive exposure, to get to those doors, to open them and go through them and create more doors for other people.
I like the idea that you had, and that's just excellent. I'm just loving and I'm honored to even be conducting this interview with you. I like the idea that you have about having each year, highlighting and giving out awards for academic excellence and participation, that type of thing. Tell us a little bit about that, because I think that's cool to reinforce to the students that you're not only looking for them to be an athlete on the field, but you're looking for them to be an athlete in the classroom, be top notch in the classroom as well as on the field, and that you all as a sports facility are willing to honor and give them their academic accolades. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, first and foremost, academic excellence is what we push first. You can't do anything unless you have your academics. Education is power. Knowledge is king. You have to be able to walk through those doors with that education on your hip and say, this is what I have and this is who I am. Second of all, you have to become a marketable commodity. You have to be beyond the sports. And this is what development of an athlete is. Touching on what you just said a second ago, we have several programs, and one of the ones we have it that we're I'm sorry, one of the programs that we push is academic excellence. We also have social etiquette, money management, and multimedia communications. All these programs are set up to teach our youth about sports behind the scenes. So at an early age, they can develop these skills, lifetime skills, and take with them if they do not continue in sports.
I think that's off the chain. I mean, how many athletes we've seen professional, and they're probably making millions of dollars, and they can't even talk properly.
I mean, that's important. Me just sitting in front of this camera looking eye to eye. It's a simple skill that you learn as a child, but a lot of grown men do not have the ability to speak nor to pay attention to detail. Our youth nowadays, they are in a different world, but the same world that they're in is the world that we grew up in. We had our own ways also.
Right.
I think it's important that they have the ability, as I said before, reiterate, to make themselves a marketable commodity at a very young age.
Take a few seconds and just give me, if you had to give me one sentence that you want to stick out in people's mind, the type of development of an athlete is looking to leave, what would that be?
We would like to offer empowerment to our youth.
Wow, that's empowerment in action right there.